Hey guys, this is Texas Tiger Diggs, and I'm doing a quick update on my Pivothead uh, review of a while back. You guys know I do a lot of live digs in the videos when I can get out and detect, which hasn't been much lately. Rain, snow, and ice. Fun, fun, fun. But the main issue is there's some issues with the pivot heads you need to know. And the reason that you see two pivot heads here is one of those reasons. And you see my other cameras. You know, I've been doing wearable cameras for a while. I've got the Invencio. I've got a couple of more. I've got the Invencio, the View, and another generic camera of Chinese manufacture, which is identical to the View, which I assume is a branded Chinese manufactured device. And nothing wrong with that. That's basically what it is. Basically, what I want to get down to is this. There are special issues you need to know with the pivot head. If you're going full HD, and I do nothing but full HD to get the best possible resolution out, you're going to have about an hour of recording time on the 8 gigs you get on these cameras. Now you can make that better. Pivothead has a lot of accessories that you can offload your files, that you can recharge or refuel, etc. So you can do better. Instead of buying those, I just bought another set of pivot heads. So now I have 2 hours of recording time. Now, so what you need to know is if you're a long hunt guy, then you're going to have to use a pivot head as a episodic type thing. So when you get a signal or something, you want to reach up, click the little side clicker, which you'll know as you read the instruction to get your pivot head, and then you'll record a live dig if you like, and then when you finish with the dig, click it off. Now you know what guys do, and I do short hunts, so quite often I just turn the pivot heads on at the beginning and just do the hunt within the hour I've got, or in this case hour and a half or 2 hours. I rarely go above that, but I know a lot of you guys and ladies have to make special trips, and you're not going out there for an hour hunt. You're going out there for a 3 or 4 hour hunt. If you're going to be doing that, you got to do one of two things. You got to buy their utility, the refuel utility or whatever, which is cool. You can get a battery assisted micro, or you only need the micro side on this side. A battery assisted USB charger for cell phones or anything else, where you can hook it up and you can plug it into your pivot heads. Now, it'll probably be slightly cheaper than the pivot head offer thing, but I'm not sure, so you'd have to price those. So if you're going to be doing it for long hunts, you're going to need some type of assistance, and the fact that if you go at its minimum, you're still only going to get an hour and a half of time. That's at the minimum resolution, and most of us like to give the people as much of our viewers or of our videos as much of a live action you are there type situation we can, so we tend to want to turn them up. So that's another thing you got to be aware of. So I just want to now, I find no fault with these cameras other than the battery life is also relatively short. Hour and a half. Somewhere in that range. I'm not sure if it varies according to the definition of the video you're doing. I'm not sure if that's the case. Possibly not. So I can't really say that because I only run it full HD, and I'm getting maybe an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm hallucinating or if that is going to be uncharacteristic of everybody's, but that's about what I'm getting on the 2 I've got. So basically, and what you do is, because it does not have an audio feedback. Now, one good thing about this View, which is muddy from the last time I went out, so I had to carry it because I didn't have the others weren't charged. The one good thing about this, and I think the other one as well, is when you turn this on, make sure it's getting any battery power left in it. You hear that audio signal that tells you it's on? That will let you know that you're live and on camera, or about to put your digs live and on camera. You click it again. and you get a long one that says it's over. Now also at the end of your battery recording time, it's also going to give you that auditory feedback. You're not going to get that with the pivot heads. You're going to see a little light in the peripheral vision, a red flashing light, I believe, that lets you know you're recording, and then that's going to cease when you stop. So you need to be aware of the time and sort of cut your eyes to that side. I get good peripheral vision, great. I don't. So I really have to either take a look or take them off or take a look and make sure it's still recording. So that's another thing you need to be aware of. So I just wanted to give you just a couple of cautionary tales. None of these shortcomings are going to make me stop using the pivot heads. Now I may consider getting the additions, the refuel or whatever later, and but I don't know. So the 8 gig limit on memory is not horrible because your battery is not going to last a lot longer than that. So that's a trade-off. So and you're not the memory is not removable, so you can't add a new card and keep going, etc. So to overcome that shortcoming, I bought 2, and the fact I don't always remember to charge everything is a good thing. I have 2 as well. Also, you need to check before you go out, and if you're going out for a distance and with no backup, you really need to check before you leave the Java utility that comes with these, because it will tell you the status of the charge. It'll tell you if it's 60, 70, or 100%. So you're going to also be involved in that. Now I'm learning this from a sore experience. Also, because it's such a small amount of memory, you're going to have to get those files off if you're going to be using it again the next day. So I have taken these glasses out fully charged, ready to go, and 15 minutes in, boom, it stops. I have backups, I go to those. No big deal. But if you don't, that's going to be frustrating to you. And so if you're not paying real close attention to taking those files off, it's going to bite you in the butt in the field. And the only way you can avoid that is to have a backup, or I have two pivot heads. I will also take one of these other pairs of glasses with me sometime with the pivot heads in case one of those is down. And these have the view, and these have acceptable pictures. Not as good as the pivot head in my opinion, but acceptable pictures. And the Inventio HD is probably the closest to the pivot head's quality, but not quite there. So I just want to let you know that. And see, what else have I left out here? I think that's pretty much covers it. So you just got to be aware. You've got to periodically check to make sure in your peripheral vision on this side, so off your left eye, make sure that light is flashing to let you know you're recording, and when it stops you're going to need to switch over. So I will clock that, and I would be aware mentally of how long I've been detecting or how long I've been using these glasses, etc. Oh yeah, there's other thing I forgot. If you're going to put these batteries on you're going to put these pivot heads on at the beginning and record your entire hunt, and you're not going to create a long style hunt video of 45 minutes to an hour or 50 minutes or however much time you're going to get. Then what you need to do is understand you're going to have a pain in the butt editing that thing to get the good digs you want out. I'm looking for a clock where I can actually turn the pivot heads on, turn the clock on, and then mark time. I know there's got to be an editing clock out there to make that easier, and I'm looking for one, but I haven't found it yet. Of course, they haven't put a lot of effort into it. I don't like editing, so I don't like looking through 50 or 60 minutes of film on a non-real-time hunt I plan to place out there and find the cuts that I need to make it there. I use content sensitive editing on one of my things, which basically tells you when your voice rises and falls, and a lot of other markers. But that itself takes forever because it has to pre-process the entire video before you're allowed to do it. And on my slower machines, it could take 2.5, 3 hours to create the content sensitive editing that would allow me to move more freely and edit more quickly. So instead of editing for an hour, I'm waiting for 2 hours and still then editing for 15 to 20 minutes with the content sensitive editing. So basically that's what I want to let you know, just give you a cautionary tale, and this is just from the experience I've had for, I don't know, 2-3 months or more with these. Also, I got these. I got one that's I got two here. I didn't get them the same color. They're the same model because I like the model. But one's shiny and one's and one is more of a matte finish. That's so I can know which one I've been using. Here you might want to even get them different colors, or one camo, one black, or one camo, one whatever your color scheme happens to be. Something to differentiate those two, so you don't have to always go back and check them. I'm sure I got the right one. For sure I got the right one. Any case, this is Texas Tiger Digs, and I'm finished with this one. So I hope this comes in handy.